Good morning, you guys. It's morning here, and actually we have 2 more days in January, and so I am going to go ahead and get my February journal and ready to go. I've been working on it, and what I wanted to show you guys, I kind of tossed up the idea of using this when I purchased this, I guess over Christmas, but I think it's look how thin the lines are. I think I would have to really maybe remove some pages in here because I know that this would get way fluffy, but I love the size of it. It's the same size as a composition. I would definitely probably cover the cover just because that's, I don't know, maybe, probably. But I think it would be a great journal, but I went ahead and already had this one kind of in this works, and so I said, you know, let's go ahead and do this one and then think about that one. So what I did was so I've been following Melanie Sullivan on how she uses her composition books, and what she does is she removes 14 pages, so this would be like 1 page, and she removes them and then she takes them from the other side, and I'll leave her link below to her video on how she does her journals. But basically, once I take out those pages, I did the same thing with my January, and I was going to have it here. I've been working on it. It's so close to being done. I love it, love it, love it. But it's so early this morning, and I put it somewhere like, oh, here it is. I knew I put it somewhere last night. It was a rough night last night. So, but this is my January journal. Look how fluffy and lovely it is. I'm just so excited that I was being able to keep up, and I'll be doing like a final flip through of this. It's basically a lot of writing. I still have some things writing to do, but just to kind of give you guys some ideas on how I journal, and I enjoy looking at flip throughs, so I thought I would do one as well. So anyway, so I'm so excited that one journal was this month, January. Now I don't know if this will continue or if, you know, we'll see. I'm not making any rules for myself. I'm just playing and documenting, and yeah, so that's the whole concept of journaling anyway, is there should be no pressure, but to be one way or the other. But if you've been following me along with my other videos, you know that I've been doing a series called Journal Your Story, and I really, these are the ones I have left, the little prompts that I had from the Journal Your Story CWR kit. But since we only have 1 more day, I'm not going to get through all these in January, but I will continue in February. And actually, I thought it might be something that I continued to do throughout the year. You know, I would love to hear some feedback, because I know you guys are following along as well. And I think it'd be fun just to like do certain prompts. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot of, you know, some of these were a little bit challenging coming up, but I think I have an idea of what I want to do. But we could even do something like, what is your favorite color, and then like go through all your stash and find a bunch of things that are your color and document. I mean, just have fun, you know, and gluing and painting and writing. And so anyway, that's just some thought process I've been having. Anyway, so what I've done is I basically, once I ripped out those pages and got the whole part out, I took every 2 pages. So like I took 2 pages like this, and I put my little wax paper behind it, and then I just basically came in here and took my glue stick. Now I was using that purple, my cat's been following me around all morning. It's kind of like, she never does that, but we had a rough night last night. I'll kind of go in detail to that in just a moment. If you have pets, you know. But basically I put the glue down, not a whole lot, but mostly around the edges, and then I smooth it out, and I use my little brayer to just smooth out those pages. And so I did that throughout the entire book. As I was saying, I did on the last book, I did that purple glue. It did not work for me. It was very, some of my pages started coming loose, so we'll see. This is my favorite glue, the Extreme, Elmer's, and so we will see if this is a better, whoops, yikes, if this is a better solution to the problems of the edges coming apart. What I did like, though, what I did in the other journal, whoops, okay, so I didn't use, I have one little extra sheet in here, and I did have some of those where I was miscalculated, and I just worked with it, because a lot of times I will put cardstock on the back to make it a little bit heavier for my journaling, and I'll just do that with this page as well. But I did come in here and add washi tape to a lot of the edges, which I'll probably do that in this as well, which helps keep those secure. Okay, so I made a copy of my artwork that I had in my previous journal. That was one of the prompts, create your own path, and so I thought this would be really cute to add to this cover for this journal. And that's kind of like what my plan is to just use pieces of art. I may do collage work. You know, like I said, I'm not gonna, if I do one thing one month, that doesn't mean I'm stuck on doing that for every month. But I love this, and it's just kind of speaking to me on what I wanted to do. The last month I did a fairy tale, which is my one little word this year, and so I had thought about, oh, I'm going to do every page a fairy tale. Well, she has a little bit shorter on the sides, but we will show you how I fixed that, because it wasn't able to make it exactly the same size. Now I have been offering, I have offered one free printable on my website, and I thought about doing that for this one as well. So if I have time, I have some stuff I'm taking care of today. I have a friend coming over, and we're going to do our Valentines, and I have lots of Valentines to make. So but I definitely want to get this video uploaded as soon as possible, since it is about February and it's going to be here super quickly. Now, I just kind of put this on there, and you can see I'm going to use my brayer to smooth it out. You can hear the bubbles popping out of it. Gotta love that sound, right? It means something's happening. There's a bubble right there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is come in here. I saw some washi. Still working on getting myself organized, but I saw this in my little rainbow washi, and I'm just going to add this to the top. And you're going to see I'm going to do something here that secures all of this in place. So, and I was really leery about doing it. Melanie did it in her video, and I was like, oh, yellowing, that's not going to work. But I tell you what, I love it. I love what she did, and I'll just tell you real quick. She basically put packing tape over the front, but I love the feel of it. I love the way that I feel like it's really securing your artwork or your pages in the front. So you don't have to worry about stuff coming off or it getting sticky from glue onto other things. That is something that I had a little challenge with on this piece of art piece, because when I use a little bit different, not craft paint, but different acrylic paint, I run into, I'll show you guys real quick, the pages like sticking together really bad. Let me see here if I can find it. I've had to pry it apart several times, and it was like, oh, I don't want to do that. Now I can't find it. I bet the pages are stuck together. But I think what I'm going to do as a solution is, let's see, oh, right here. See, they were stick. They're not as bad now, but I think what I might do is actually put a piece of wax paper, cut it down to size, and just kind of either kind of tip it in, you know, and just have it as part of the journal is this piece of wax paper, so that those pages do not stick together. But see, you can see I did a clear coat. This was Underneath here is cardstock. This is just an envelope that I have. So yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to do today on, I'm just kind of looking at how I did my other journal. I don't have to do it exactly the same, right? Okay, so I got this pink piece of paper here, and I'm going to come in and glue it and put it in here as well. And this just kind of covers, you don't necessarily have to. I know in her video, Melanie's video, she did a pocket. I have my sewing machine. I am going to get it. I lost my manual somewhere. I don't know how to thread the thing. But I know I can go on to the internet and figure it out. Easy peasy, right? But I just haven't taken the time. I'm just kind of cutting this off here. You could cover the back. I did not cover the back of my last journal. I think that's just something that if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. So I'm okay with that. Now, what I've done in my last page, and I'm not, I'm going to do something a little different. This is going to be kind of my girl that I always that I've been doing, my BBG girl. They are on my internet on my website. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut her. Oh, friends. Usually I have her cut, and this one I didn't cut. That's okay. We can manually cut it out because I do want to get this video done, and so we're going to glue her. We're going to cut her out, which on when you go on, if you're interested at all, these are actually the 3 sheets that come with them. And so you have your intro, and then you have your numbers and your days of the week throughout the month. And so they're typically cut into stickers, but I did not cut her for some reason for me. So that is okay. We can work around that. So a lot of times what I'll do is kind of just cover this page. We're going to use... I've been using these are some new Gelatos that I got from a friend, and so I'm going to use them. This is my favorite new technique in adding backgrounds to your page, and so I thought this would just be a perfect little opportunity to do it again. I just did it in my last video, and I love this, and this I learned from Journal with Dolly, and she's got some great flip throughs that are fun, and some journal with me's that I've learned. I love her technique. She's so fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna smooth these out. No, but going back to my story of last night and several nights this week, and I know why. My dog sleeps all day, and the thing is that it's a good thing and I guess a bad thing at this point, because it's good because I'm working and I don't have to worry about the interruptions and the barking, even though he does bark. And he's a little Dachshund, if you guys aren't familiar, and he is so, they say they have a Doberman bark. He is so loud, like he will jump you out of your skin with his bark. And so anyway, he has been waking up the last couple nights, and typically he sleeps with my daughter, and he's been running in here and wanting to play and wanting to bark, and now the cat's scratching at the door. She wants out, I swear. Hold on. Okay, while this is drying, I thought we would go in and flip over to the other one. I had talked in my last beginning video that I didn't want to use the Susan Branch. I had bought this particularly for my journal because I wanted the calendars, and I've just decided this when I was looking through it that I will just use the calendar that's in here. First, I love, love, love her artwork, and 2, that's why I bought it for, and I haven't had any uses for it, so I'm just going to go with it and use it. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this to here. Again, I'm not going to be particular about, hold on just one second. I had gotten all my Valentine washi out, so I thought I'm going to go get that real quick. But I'm not going to be particular about the background on this page because, you know, this is your journal. Like I said, I put a lot of backgrounds on the other ones, but since this is going to be taking up most of it, I'm just going to put this directly down on the page, and then I'm going to add, ooh, I got it glued everywhere. Oops. Ooh, kind of like that. Adding a little color with the wet one that I just used. Hey, looky there. Your discarded gelatas can be used. Okay, so I'm just adding this to the background, and then I always like to do kind of an intro page over here about, like, I don't know, kind of like just what's going on, what's happening this month, how are you feeling. Let me show you what I did in my other one. And I've done this in most of my videos where I mean journals, where I kind of do like an intro page. And so I'm going to do that over here, but maybe I'll come back and do it on another video. If not, I'll show you guys at another time. But usually I add a picture, but I really need to kind of sit down and think. I haven't really had time to sit down and think about the month. Sort of, kind of, not really. January just zoomed by, didn't it not? And I have a friend that we always do our countdown to Christmas, and she texted me or called me or something on the 25th, and she's like, 11 more months till Christmas. I'm like, oh my gosh. To be honest, I still had some of my Christmas out that I'm putting up this morning because that same friend is going to come over, and we're going to do our Valentine's today. So, yeah, so I just want to do all that. But I'm just adding some washi just to cover that top here. And like I said, I'll just, I'll come in and kind of fill this in. I love this washi. This sparkly gold rose washi is like my favorite. In fact, it was in a kit, and I think I ended up, I might put in another kit because, yeah, I love it that much. But I had gotten several that I keep. I've used up, I think, at least 2 rolls of it. And so, let's see here. Oh yeah, so going back to the dog story. So yeah, so he gets up and he barks. Well, we have a little neighbor dog that I feed. I know. I just, when they come up, I feed all the things. I can't help it. And so she'll come up and she sleeps on our back porch sometimes. Well, it's like Pokey has such a good smell. It's like you can smell her or something. And so, oh my gosh, it's like, and he wants to tell me about it. And then he's like, well, do something about it. She needs to go. And so then I feed her outside of the gate. And this is sometimes like, this morning it was 3 o'clock this morning. The other night it was like after midnight. And I'm like, listen, dude, I am tired. I am so tired. And so anyway, it's starting to drive me nuts. Because I get up super early. And I try to go to bed early, but that doesn't always happen. So yeah, so cute, so pretty, so simple. Okay, so let's go back over here. The page is dry. And I literally, if this was my sticker, I would just put her on there and cover her with hearts and put a February on there. That's my extent of my intro page. Now, if I was to use the same journal for my February, like say if I don't go through the whole, which I have a feeling I probably won't since the month is a little shorter this month, and I'm not doing, well, I still plan on it, but doing the individual pages. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, I'm not making any rules for myself. Now keep in mind that this typically is a sticker, but since I didn't cut it with my machine, I'm going to do it by hand. So just basically, I'm going to, I don't know, if like say for instance I get right here and it starts March, I'll just do the same process of putting a, doing an intro for March, putting the calendar in. I'll do the same thing. It won't be, and I actually plan on doing that, videos for these little short videos of how I do that. Just to kind of show you guys my process this year. And then what I really liked about Melanie's idea of doing the composition book, oh, that reminds me. She put a binding, which I'm going to definitely do that. So I got to go find my binding and I'll come right back. But she also does her dates on hers. So that really is, I really, really like that idea. So let me find my binding tape. I know it's right behind me, and I will come back and show you guys the binding. Okay, so this is the binding I got off of Amazon. And basically what I do at this point is I'm going to cover up, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be all over the place. It's morning time. I've had lots of coffee, but I'm going to put some hearts around here. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut me another one so I don't have to individually cut all those little heart stickers out. So, sorry, I'm just going to keep this out, but I'm going to cover this with hearts. I'm going to do my intro page here, and then got my month in. But I more or less wanted to kind of show you guys the intro of how I get all this put together. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the outside of it with my packing tape. And this is going to be loud and obnoxious, so. And I just use a little overhang there. And I just kind of tuck it around here. A lot of times what I'll probably end up coming in here and doing as well is adding a pocket. Oh, see, there's the dog, the neighbor's dog. I'll end up adding like a envelope in there, so that way I can, like my other one, I put my kind of like my, I have a weight loss journey journal, or I guess I could say eating healthy, and so I kind of keep that in the front of my journal just to kind of help document, and that will be coming out of that journal and moving into this one. Okay, so, or you can put your stickers in there. Now what I do for when I sit down to journal, oops, I have my numbers and my days of the week on a clipboard. And I also put different things I want to include that month, like especially with it being Valentine's Day, if you have some like certain pages that you want to include, or maybe some past pictures that you definitely want to put in your journal, or anything like that, or it's just anything to kind of like keep it front and center. Okay, we're going to do one more last piece on the edge here. Now she definitely does like a film, like a transparency film, and then she sews hers on. I don't mind. The packing tape works just fine for me. I was a little worried about it yellowing as the years go by, but if it yellows, I think I'm okay with that. It just goes to show, now it's kind of like goes to show that it's, you know, got some age to it. Okay, and then on the binding. And what's going to be really fun about this binding is, I don't know if I continue to use my composition book as my journaling, or you can add this to your different journals and color code them if you want to. Like red would be 2021, you could get black for, or white for, you know, the year's over or whatever. Oh no. Okay. This is some heavy duty stuff, let me tell you. Don't mess around. But it just kind of secures that binding a little bit more. And then trim off the edges. I can see my cover's overlapping just a little bit over here, but it's gonna be okay. Ta-da! Doesn't that look cute? It kind of just finishes it off too, I think. Alright you guys, so there's my February setup. I can now start playing in it, and I'm excited to start a new month and a new journal. I love starting new journals. Alright you guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you on my next video.